Right, guys and girls, we're back again. Another show, Grown Arse Men, episode 3. All right, we've got the man them inside. Before we start anything, as we do every week, let's introduce who we've got in the building. Right, first of all, to my left, we have got...
Nick, a.k.a. Clark.
Next one.
Got the Pan-African Dwayne.
Pan-African, you know. Nah, this guy is serious. Who we got next?
Pan-African. Darren, Mr. D. Me.
Great.
Suited and booted, HBK time. Let's acknowledge the people that we haven't got, or the person. Man like G, Banks. Banks is away at the moment. He's on his honeymoon. Big toast, big toast. Yeah, we like those sort of things, yeah?
Enjoy your thing, man. Enjoy yourself.
And obviously, I'm a grown-ass man. That's exactly what I am. But I'm also Craig. Everyone should know me. If you don't get to know, they call me John Cena because you can't see me, yeah? All right, listen. Let's keep it moving, though, yeah? The topic for today is... And this one has been a real touchy and tetchy one, which I like. If I'm going to be real, I like that, yeah? I sound like Kel, that's bad. But I do, I like that. Is it acceptable in any circumstance to hit your partner? All right? It's a weird one because in a main sense of things, it's probably one that everyone thinks, well, what's that to kind of debate about? Of course you can't hit your partner. But what we're going to kind of reveal today is I am sure there are circumstances in when someone either has to maybe self-defend, or maybe someone is irate, mental health. I don't know what it is. Yeah, let's kind of see where the convo goes.
So before we do start talking, nothing is said to offend or nothing is taken lightly. We understand the seriousness of it, but we're talking from our experience and what we feel, and that's just what we do.
Yeah, nah, big time on that. Well said. Yeah, very well said. And obviously, and that goes for any video that we talk about. Listen, we're 5 to 6 guys here just talking, breaking bread, and we're just letting you guys into it. So please don't be offended by any of the views, anything that's said, and anything that's even said in jest. Yeah, we do realize that we're going to touch on some subjects that are going to obviously be quite close and personal to people, but we ain't here to dodge nothing.
If you don't agree, let us know.
Yeah, as well, like we're open, man. Let us know. Yeah. But anyway, enough of the preaching, yeah? Let's get into it. First man I'm coming to is the man like Clark. Talk to me, man.
Is it acceptable to hit your partner or hit women? Under no circumstances do I think it's acceptable to hit women. I don't care what happens if she kicks me, punches me, and under no circumstances am I going to hit a woman.
All right, so let me bring this to you right now, yeah? All right, and I'm going to give you a proper scenario. You're with a woman who is physically bigger than you, yeah? No. Why are you laughing?
Because me and that woman ain't
all right, cool. But listen, for the sake of this video,
I've been there.
Oh, hold on.
No, what is what? Hold on. Now what is?
You hold a lick. What are you saying right now?
Now what is? I've tried. She was bigger than me. I've been around some ladies that have been taller than me and.
Okay.
And look, you know, most of my time I've been a very slim guy. So like,
but now,
most of my time I'm now. Yeah, so I can understand guys being in that situation where she's bigger than me. So if she pounded me, what am I supposed to do? Like, what, just like
no. But my thing is, hold on.
For me, I respect what Nick's saying. I do respect that he's just gonna withhold and just take the beating, but I can't do that. If you draw blood from me, then I'm hitting back. I'm not gonna beat you up or nothing.
Whoa.
Yeah?
Woo.
I'm gonna hit you. Like,
okay.
And you're
Alright, sorry.
I might not hit the full force either, but I'm hitting you.
I was saying like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm gonna punch up no female in, but I believe in a strong restraint. Make it known. Don't play that.
Alright, my thing is, yeah, in this day and age when women are screaming equality, equal pay, all of this, yeah, why is it okay for a woman to hit a man and he kind of accept it and not hit back? Do you know what I mean? It's not, nobody should, and I side with Nick most definitely. Nobody should be hitting anybody at any time. Alright? However, if a woman hits a man, is that man not justified in then defending himself?
Well, it's funny you actually say that because I want to take it to the stream very, very quickly. Carlene Wilson has said, when people talk about hitting in a relationship, they always think it's the man hitting the woman, but sometimes it's the woman that is hitting on the man.
Yeah.
And I think even when we actually put this out, the main assumption was men, in terms of comments we got anyway, was about men hitting women and women being in an abusive relationship. But what about the other way around? I personally think everyone has the right to defend themselves. Period. I don't care if you're a man, woman, or child. You have the right to defend yourself.
And sorry, one second. That's why this is debatable. This is the question, because it's not in every single scenario that it's going to be, like we said, the man punching up the woman. Do you know what I mean? There are scenarios where it may be deemed acceptable to strike back, and this is what we're discussing. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. When I say I'll hit her back, I'm not saying she hits me with a right hook and I'm just going to slap her back with one. It's not that way. If I'm getting hit to a point where I physically cannot stop you by restraining you, and I feel the only necessary next step is to hit you, then I'm hitting you. Like, I can't just stand there and get bust up and bust mouth and black eyes and stuff. I am hitting you back, so you know you can't.
So it's about physical pain for you rather than the actual act of somebody hitting you.
So she might thump me, yeah,
It is
and I can just deal with that, innit? Because she's not going off. But if she's going off and she's just pounding, and I can't physically restrain her, then I'm gonna have to hit you.
I'm not saying sit and be a punching bag. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you shouldn't need to do that. Like, I can restrain a woman to the point where I don't need to lash out and hit her.
That's
a loss of control.
And I agree with that.
So can I just one more thing? Because Craig said something just a second ago about everyone should be allowed to defend themselves. Yes, you should be, but you don't always need to. Like, if I got hit by a 12-year-old, I don't need to beat him up because I know that I'm physically stronger, so I don't need to do it. So yes, I have a right to, but it's just not.
Okay, cool. So 1 second. So you're talking about a situation where you are physically stronger. Let's talk about situations like in Marlon's case where he was with somebody where he was the
That's
petite
what I'm getting
one.
at, bro.
He was the petite one.
If you ain't strong and you can't restrain.
Hold on 1 second.
Do we need to use the word petite?
You were the slimmer one, nigga.
Alright, listen, I just want to take it obviously to the stream. I don't want to leave anybody out. Shernine Wright has said, don't agree with hitting, but yes, if she hit, she must take it back. Okay, I somewhat agree to that. Jermaine Jones says, Cherry, I believe he's saying, if she has a black belt, she's down for the sparring session.
Yes. Shout out to my Taekwondo crew.
Oh, man.
For the sparring, you know.
Anne-Marie has actually said, not acceptable to be laying hands on each other, period.
No, it's not.
You know, so...
I don't think any of us here are saying that it's acceptable to hit people, because you shouldn't. For me, you should be able to control your emotions, yeah? And if someone's going to talk and they can cuss you all on, they are physical, they are words, innit? It doesn't give you the right to put your hands on them. But we are saying, if we're in a circumstance, we got to a stage where the woman is hitting on you and she is physically stronger than me, then I can't restrain you no more. We've gone past restraints.
You have to understand, there's a lot of women out there, I'm not saying all women, but there are a lot of women out there with quick hands. Like, the moment something's not going right, they want to lash out.
You've been hit by a lot of women.
Why? It's not about me. And I don't want to put anyone on blast, but
you know who you are.
No. I was worried for a long time because I got 4 sisters. One sister where, you know, she used to lash out at me quite easily. Something would say bang, she wants to start hitting me. And for a long time I was worried that I was gonna have to be that brother where I was gonna constantly be going to, like, go to guys and be like, oh, my sister hit you, you hit her back. Like, there's a lot, like, thankfully she calmed down and she wasn't as bad, but there are a lot of them out there that wanna hear something wrong, bang, they wanna lash out, like, and it's not acceptable because they're hitting a man, they think that's okay.
What do you do in that circumstance though? If you know your sister is just wilding and the man feels the need to defend himself, what do you do?
It's a hard situation because you can't exactly. But then there's the thing where Nick's coming from, because at the end of the day, she hit you. That don't mean you should hit her back.
That's my
and that's nothing. I don't care. Generally, you could do that, and I'll be like, you should. Nah, I'd have strong words with you, but you hit my sister because she hit you once. We still have a problem. Yeah.
Well, I need to now ask, on the back of that, I need to ask Dwayne a question, because one of the points you made earlier was that if somebody, I'd imagine man or woman, draws blood from you, then you're you know, you're going to defend yourself and you're
Can
going
I
to.
just clarify that? Like I said, I don't mind it being a.
I haven't asked the question yet.
No, I'm just clarifying
Yeah,
the
yeah,
draw and
go on.
blood thing. I don't mind it being a. I do mind, but like, if it's one thump and I can restrain her, then that's the first option here. I'm talking to the point where we've gone past restraints.
Yeah, that's understood.
Like,
Well, yeah. So yeah, I think that hopefully no one's taken that out of context. But does the same rule apply? Just like Marlon said with his sister, does it apply to your sister?
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, as much as what I am saying, you put your hand on my sister, we got a serious problem.
No. I'm talking about your sister putting hands on you. How does that work?
Ooh.
And she draws the
No, I
blood.
wouldn't hit my
Yeah,
sister.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
But why?
Hold
Why? Hold on. It's different. That's different dynamics, though.
No, it's not.
No,
Why?
I'm not gonna thump up my sister.
In a
Oh,
relationship,
obviously, in the context of what we're talking about, I get it, but it's still a man and a woman in
Yeah.
confrontation.
so someone you're sharing a bed with can hit you and you're lashing back, but your sister.
I would have slapped her, but I wouldn't. I don't think I'd.
Why?
give her the
So-
full
so
thump.
What's the difference?
The difference is, it's my sister, bruv. Like,
Yeah, but this could be your wife.
I understand that, but you don't put me in it and draw it up. And we've been together long enough for you to know.
So your sister can give you a black eye and it's cool.
She can't. But listen, we're not saying it's acceptable. I'm not saying it's acceptable under no circumstances.
No,
I'm saying,
I'm just trying to understand.
yeah, no, I can understand why it's difficult to understand, but I don't think I can look at my sister and just thump her. That's my baby
But then how can you
sister.
look at your wife like that? I was like, to me,
Yeah, I get where Nick's coming from with that.
I do
I don't
understand
get
what
how
you're
it's a
saying.
double standard.
yeah, it's
I don't understand where you're coming from, but I just can't. I don't know. I can't.
I need to take it to the stream, and I'm going to come back to Darren on this one, yeah. And I don't want to miss people out because I know some people are making some good points. Cartrice Phillips has said it's unacceptable for men or women to put their hands on each other, but there are a lot of women out there that need to be put in their place as they push below the belt and take advantage. We've got one from JB. If a woman thinks she's big enough to hit a man, she should expect a box back.
Wow.
Cell says some of these women are stronger than men. If she's coming at you, you have to defend yourself. You don't have to hit them, but you can choke them till they knock out. When they wake up, they will know themselves. Listen, I have to say, guys. Obviously, just so you guys know, when I'm reading out these responses in the stream, I don't always read them to myself before I read them to you. So if they're coming across as or anything like that in a serious conversation, we obviously apologize, but I have no control over that. Serena has said, if she hits you, run. Because if you hit her back, no women these days, and she will get the police involved, who do you think they're going to believe hit who first? Dion has also said, and this is the last one I'll read out, question, does it depend on the type of hitting? For example, if you cuss her out, cheated or something, and she slaps you in the face, does that warrant a beatdown?
Nah, man, I can deal with that.
So basically, into what's ignited, the physical altercation, does that kind of bear fruit in terms of the reaction?
Yeah, of course it would.
So if you've got caught cheating, for example, and she boxes you in your face and draws blood from you, there's no hitting back. You got to take that.
You are the problem.
You have to accept that.
Yeah. Sorry, Darren. I was going to come back to you on some points. I don't even know if you still got that chain.
What are you saying? What it's not accepted.
I'll let Darren go and I'll talk.
Now, I want to raise another point. And first and foremost, I want to say the way I've been brought up and raised. Point blank period. You don't put your hand on a woman. Point blank period. Even if you get boxed in your face, marble or come out fly out your mouth, you don't put your hand on a woman. No, it's real. But what I wanna raise and bring to the table is that, like, you see, words are very, very important things. Like when you say something, you put it into the universe. You can't retract that. And the way I like being in a relationship and whatnot, the way I kind of feel is that women are very quick with words, and they can say things to hurt you and get at you. Do you know what I mean? And it's like our equivalent is our strength, our brute force. Do you know what I mean? As men. Once again, hold on. Once again, I'm not condoning thumping, and I've never put my hand on a woman, and I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? But I think what women need to understand is that you can't just be so flyaway, flipping with your words. You have to take responsibility for the part you play in this. Do you know what I mean? And once again, for anybody who's been domestically abused, I'm not saying, oh, do you know what, you got abused and it's your fault because you said some shit. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people out there who get into stuff, women need to understand that when you're flying off at the mouth, a man doesn't necessarily know how to respond to that in the way that you're giving it. Do you know what I mean? So his thing is strength, and that's what I'm saying.
Sorry. I think maybe just to what Darren's saying is that there's different forms of abuse. So where men may, or not even just men, but where there's physical abuse. Sorry, getting my words mixed up. Yeah, physical abuse. There's also verbal abuse, mental abuse. So women may be masters in verbal abuse, and it cuts deep. So the only way for men to almost counter that, or some men, shall I say, is by being physical, and some women.
Which I totally understand. However, for me, I don't condone and I don't agree with anybody reacting with physical when someone's coming with words. I don't care what is said to you, yeah? You should be able to control your emotions well enough to know not to pick up your hands and hit people.
But it depends what's said.
No, it doesn't matter what's said. It doesn't matter what is said. You can't respond by hitting somebody. That can't be your response. Right. If that is what you are doing, then you need counselling.
All right, hold on. Once again, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's okay for a man to respond by punching a woman. But however, in a situation, you have to identify all factors.
Agreed.
You can't just say, oh, this guy has raised his hand and punched this woman if there's something that has brought him to that. And I'm just saying that this needs to be understood that this is also a factor. Do you know what I mean? And that can also be prevented. If a woman can find another way to channel her aggression and channel her anger, yeah, then we might not reach that point.
But people entitled to freedom of speech. You can say what you want.
You make everything sound like it's so simple. Yeah. Everyone reacts in different ways,
but it's not right.
I'm not saying it's right, but you make it sound like well, if I can do it, you can do it, kind of thing. It's not that simple.
And what also isn't right is hitting your wife for something that you wouldn't hit your sister for. So you don't make the rules. It's just how things are.
I think the only point in terms of that, in terms of what Dwayne said about I would do a certain thing to my wife and do a certain to my sister, isn't it about male and female? Shouldn't it just be one rule that you have or one moral that you stand by?
Because if you can restrain yourself for your sister, then why not your wife?
But like I said, if you got to, I will slap her. I just want box her.
Yeah, but you box your wife.
Listen, I've got to take it to the stream. A few people have said some things that I want to get out there. Jane Curtis has said, just walk away, it will make you the bigger person. Someone called G Banks. Yeah, he said, I don't agree with hitting a woman, but I am a very strong believer in self-defense by any means necessary. The only exception is my mum. Shout out to my brothers. Thank you, G. Sel says, real women do not try and fight a man. Gucci has said, valid point to the guy in the green hat. That's Darren.
Gucci, yeah?
Yes, Gucci Poochie.
Okay.
Listen, we're not out here to judge. It is what it is. Jermaine Jones, on a serious note, if a woman is lashing out due to problems in the relationship and it's a one-off, she can get restrained. If she's coming off that Dr. Dre bullying man, you have a serious problem there. It says see more, so I better see more. And you need to check your relationship. Roxanne Lawrence says, well, he needs to learn how to handle the mouth or leave. Let's just let that marinate. Nathan Walcott has said, no matter how verbal a woman can be with her words, it doesn't warrant physical action. Room a man. He needs to explain to her words are doing him what are doing to him emotionally, as both parties are emotionally charged at this point. Violence is never the answer. All right.
I agree with that.
Thank you, Nathan, as well. You actually kind of correct your spelling. I tried to work on it there. Rashidi has said, if a man has hit more than a couple chicks, we know he's got a problem. However, if a chick's been boxed by a couple different men, then guess what? She's got a problem. Now that is something I need to.
So harsh.
We need to talk about that. Let me go to D.
That's so interesting. That's so
right, Dwayne, talk to me, man.
I don't agree with that, because what you find sometimes here is that a woman will pick up a man with all the right intentions, and she'll pick up a guy and he's an abuser. She'll go from that relationship into another relationship where she picks up another abuser, and they have like a magnet where they just keep picking up the abuse.
There's a certain type of man that
they attract certain type of men because of the way that they are built.
So is it only the men that she meets that has the problem, or does she?
In some circumstances, you're going to find that it's a woman with a flyaway mouth. Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't find that, But you will find that a woman
You can't
that's
say it's all the
being
time.
beaten, yeah, and who takes it a lot, you will find that generally when she leaves that relationship, if she ever manages to leave that relationship, she'll find herself in another one.
Yes, so then it's the woman that's the problem.
But I think Rashidi probably has got a point then. I think both people have different problems, but they have a
I
problem.
don't think you can deny or dispute the fact that she's got a problem.
I thought what she was trying to say was that she was. My bad.
His name's Rashidi, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. What I thought he was trying to say is that like the woman is like causing to be hit with. That's what I thought he was.
No, I think he's pointing out the fact that she's got a problem as well.
She's got to look at herself.
It's hard for women. It's hard.
No, most definitely. But if you're putting yourself in a situation where you're continuously bringing or attracting men who are using you as a punching bag, you have to look at yourself as to why you're continuously putting
But
yourself
they
in
find
a
it
situation.
very difficult to do that because they are emotionally damaged.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm not disputing that they've suffered. I'm not disputing that. But if you're continuously putting yourself in that position, and that is a problem.
Right. So how do you look at yourself?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're denying the fact that they.
No, I'm agreeing. I understand that.
All right.
But what I'm saying is you're saying like look at themselves. And how if you've got a problem and you're emotionally damaged, you don't get to look at yourself.
But there's many ways you can do that. You can go and seek professional help. You can seek professional help to allow you to find your inner self again, in order to make sure that you don't get to a position where you're just continuously attracting guys who are punching you up. Do you know what I mean? Or you can say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to abstain from being in a relationship until I am at a point where I feel comfortable to be in a relationship.
So what if you are coming off with it's my fault, I'm the reason he's beaten. You've got a problem. You are not going to seek help because you think it's you.
At that point, as soon as you see anything in the guy where you're getting abused, whether or not you think it's your fault or not, you report it. Women, you know, women, yeah.
How would you report it if you think it's you?
Don't finish.
I see what they're saying.
Women, yeah, it takes them 35 instances of them getting hit for them to call the police. 35 times.
On average, we're talking.
Yeah, on average.
That's crazy.
So that happens time and time and again before they do it.
That's
so if she's
crazy.
gone from that from a time when she's been beat up by a man enough times to a next man, and it happens again, and the next man, and it happens again. At the earliest signs that you see any traits of this, then you've got to leave. If I'm with a girl, and every girl that I'm with cheats on me, I'm the problem. If I'm with a new girlfriend...
So you're talking about the common denominator,
Yeah,
basically.
Guys, I can't agree with that because like I said, if you honestly are so damaged that you start believing that you are the problem, like that you're causing him to hit you, then you're not going to start saying, oh, he's just hit me, I've got to run. Like, you're not going to see it like that. You're going to start saying, what did I do wrong? Why is it me? Do you know what I mean? You're not going to see it that way. Like, we're looking at it very black and white, and you're looking at it because you see things so black and white, and you know that you wouldn't accept that. But if a woman is accepting being beaten and she is emotionally damaged to the point where she thinks it's her to blame, then it isn't as simple as I've got to run every time I see the sun.
Women don't always accept being beaten because they're emotionally damaged. They do it because...
I'm saying for the ones that are.
Yeah, okay, but they do it because they think they love the person, and they think that person loves them, and they blame themselves because, oh, maybe I did run up my mouth, or maybe this is just his way of showing that he loves me. Like, women don't always do it for the reasons that they've got an issue. So,
And what is, like I say, the whole thing about they should just go and report it and whatever. Like Dwayne's saying, if they do think that it's because of them, it's very hard for them to actually see the reason like that it's something they would need to report because as far as they're concerned, they're the reason why that's happened.
Yeah, but we need to get back to what Rashidi was saying. And Rashidi was saying that the problem lies within them, which is basically
Both of them have problems.
Yeah,
I think
of
was
course.
what it was.
Listen,
And I can accept
if a guy is putting a hand on his woman, period, point blank, he's got a problem. We're focusing on the woman who's gone from one guy to another guy and is getting punched up. She has a problem.
Okay, I just need to go to the stream and get some of these points out there. Thank you guys for keep them coming in. Women are very quick with the tongue. I know I am, but in a relationship, you're one, and she hasn't finished that. Sorry for the half comment. But you should know what buttons to push with each other. That's a real relationship. Respect each other at all times. Aisha has said, we are all responsible for our actions and behavior. Sometimes we do attract or are drawn to negative situations, and we need to look deep and address this. Joe Natasha has said, both have problems. Some women do not recognize that they attract that kind of man. However, that doesn't allow a green card to box someone down. Some people don't know they are emotionally damaged. I think that is a very, very good point. There's one more that I did need to read out, which is from Marcel. If a woman gets so mad, and I think this is more directed at Dwayne, and she rips up your transcript, 6 months work, you have no backup, what do you do? And he's asked me to please read this out. It's your primary school friend, so that's quite cute. Marcel, in all seriousness, thank you for your comments. Appreciate that.
I can't. I'm not gonna hit. That's
6 months. So.
I'm mad at that motherfucker. I can't. My character wouldn't allow me to hit you for that. Like, you've got to hit me, and I can't restrain you from me to hit you.
6 months of work.
I understand it's 6 months work. I would be livid, but in all honesty, until you're in that situation, I don't know how I would actually handle that.
So there is a chance you could hit someone?
No, I know I ain't gonna hit them.
Oh, you just said you didn't know?
No, I don't know how I'll handle it.
I'm playing. I'm being a bastard, I'm sorry.
Question. So, tables are turned. There's a man staying in a relationship, he's getting beaten up. This isn't me, by the way. There's a guy in a relationship, he's getting beaten up. He stays in the relationship. Is he emotionally damaged? What's the reason for him not doing nothing?
He's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead, yeah.
See, that's just...
And this is why men don't report it.
Exactly.
Once again, I'm not saying this me because I just really feel like it's out of me. But you can't say that a man's a dickhead because he doesn't report it. But yeah, a woman has all these different
More than
reasons.
likely, he's physically strong.
One second. So, basically you're saying Dwayne cannot differ between his sister and his wife in terms of how he would punch her up, but it's all right to differ in terms of a man and a woman. You can't call a man a dickhead because he will stay in a relationship that's abusive, and then not call a woman that's a dickhead who will stay in an abusive relationship. It's the same thing.
You know what I don't understand with the main situation? Yeah, a man generally is going to be physically stronger.
Generally.
So why are you allowing? Like, if you're not going to thump her back, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But surely you're going to stop her from hitting you. Surely.
And if you don't want to hit her back, then just leave.
Yeah, but it's not.
No, the leaving thing I can understand because you might be emotionally damaged at that point in time. But you can physically stop her. That's what I don't get.
Let's play devil's advocate, yeah? Because it's not just about physical strength. Because, like you said, generally most men are physically stronger than women. But there are some women out there who can mind Jedi their men, and into allowing themselves to get thumped up and boxed up, and they think it's all right. Do you know what I mean? And those men are emotionally damaged.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree with that.
So therefore,
fine.
why is he a dickhead?
I agree with that.
No, he's
And I accepted the. Fair enough. What I will say is that as a man, and as I said last week, I'm very old-fashioned.
By the way, it's not happening to me.
Yeah, I'm very old-fashioned. But I think as a man, you should have your house in a certain order. Yeah, and I think that if your woman is physically abusing you every day, then you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Like something isn't right.
What?
You
So he's
he's
not washing the dishes. He's not.
But for me, obviously he's obviously damaged.
putting food on the table.
No. I mean, he's not handling his home right. Not in terms of washing up and stuff like that. He's not handling his family right, his family unit. Because for your woman to feel it's okay to continuously hit you, yeah, no arguments or nothing, because you haven't washed up, then you're doing something wrong.
I agree with that. However, I think the reason why I agree with that is because I can't ever see that happening to me. But there are, no, it's true.
No,
but there are some men who go out, who work all the hours God send, come home, provide for their family, and are still getting licks under their arse.
The only men I think that could be, and excuse my ignorance, but I think it could be men that feel that they're lucky to be with a certain woman. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I think I want to emphasize that point. And the reason why I say that is because when you feel you are lucky to be in something or with somebody that maybe in your reality you shouldn't be with, it would if you're punching, let's have it right. If you're punching, you probably are going to be more tolerant to stuff that you wouldn't be
100%.
tolerable to if you was with someone who's basically on your level. But does that mean that you're any more or less, what's the word, in terms of you know, in terms of the brain emotionally damaged, does that mean you're more or less emotionally damaged because you accept that?
Look at all these footballers' wives and stuff, where their footballer cheats on them. Like, the footballer's a millionaire. They know, like, they just turn a blind eye to it. Because the guy's a millionaire. So I'm not going to jeopardize my lifestyle for something that he's probably going to do again. So they just turn a blind eye to it. They just get used to it. It just becomes a way of life.
But that's not just inside a regular, like those relations. You got many girls that just turn their eye to cheating.
Maybe.
Okay,
listen,
yeah, I'm going to say that's going to be definitely, that's a different stream. I just need to I need to take it to the stream as well, just to trying to get some of these comments out. Again, guys, we really do appreciate your contributions. It's important. It makes the show. G Banks, this guy keeps posting in there. You can't. Yeah, he's supposed to be on his honeymoon, so I shouldn't even be reading this out. You can't hit a woman unless she hits first. That's just an abuse of power. I think, obviously, it's taken me a while to read this out. It might have had more context a few minutes ago. Apologies. Fliss has said, when you've been in a relationship a long time, I believe that might have been adding on to a comment she said earlier. I'm sorry, we've got so much contribution, it's hard for me to keep up with everything. Sarah has said, hitting is never acceptable in a relationship, whether a one-off or otherwise. Ez has said, some men are so emotionally and physically attached to a woman that they are unable to defend themselves against their woman, especially if he is low in confidence and punching above his weight. I think that just emphasized, And again, I've got to do this for the stream. A few people have actually said on here, and again, I don't want to make this kind of mockery, but Nick, I'm going to have to almost demand that you undo the top button. It's bothering quite a few people in the stream, all right? But listen, we obviously, honestly, we want to keep this in context, and I'm not trying to make it too light-hearted. It is very interesting. I'm going to take the camera off of him to give him a chance, yeah?
More than likely not going to see it undone in this stream, but check the next stream.
Coco has said, it's not that simple for a woman to look at herself and know she has a problem. I agree that it is a black and white mindset. We've got here, Joe Natasha has said, domestic abuse is not just violence, there is emotional abuse too. So there are different, or should I say numerous issues going on here. Totally agree. Obviously, we're more looking at this stream on the physical aspect, and it was obviously touched on as well. Layla has said, no, I've stayed up for this.
Yes, Layla.
Yeah, Layla's one of the people who's obviously sent us a message earlier, so we're very happy that she has stayed up for this. Yeah. No, I've stayed up for this. If a woman hits a man, or even worse, says awful things, as it's not just hitting that's the problem, it's the emotional abuse too. Name calling and making someone feel useless. If a woman does it, then she should get a retaliation. However, you can't stop me in the middle of that.
Yeah, go on, look.
However, if a grown man does it to bully, destroy, or get control, then that's wrong. Dwayne, you can now speak.
From obviously picking up from our earlier comments earlier on, it was just point blank. No.
Just keep it in context. Yeah, you're going to have to put it in context if you're going to refer to earlier comments.
But obviously earlier on, she pointed out that it was just a no-no. You can't hit back. And obviously now she's come with this angle.
I think you're getting that mixed up.
Yeah, you got mixed up. There was somebody else.
There's two people.
Yeah.
You weren't lady.
Okay, I'll ignore that comment and move on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think the general consensus is anybody that is lashing out, trying to gain control, is trying to bully emotionally, physically, that is point blank, period, unacceptable in any walk of life.
And I think what you said there, Layla, which is quite pertinent, and I agree with, I'll talk about money. Is that for me, it's a certain type of man that does this. I think that men almost break down their women to a point where they feel worthless and they feel powerless and they feel a loss of confidence. And then when they're at that point, then they almost start hitting them and breaking them down more, thinking that they can't do any better, which is why they don't leave. If there is any women out there like that, don't feel like that, and still kind of remember what attracted him to you in the first place.
Well, do you know what I think would be very interesting? It'd be very interesting to get the point of view from a man who has been in that position where he has domestically abused somebody. Obviously, hopefully they would have been a reformed character, just to kind of get the insight into why you would do. Because I personally, I can't understand or fathom why you would actually bring yourself to do that to somebody, that to continuously abuse somebody, and to the point where you can see that they're totally broken. I can't understand what you would get from that. it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you know, sorry, go on, Marlon.
It's just there are men out there that like weak women. So, you know, there are men that come across a relatively strong woman, and they will try and break them down, because at the end of the day, the type of relationship they want is a weak woman. Now, me personally and my boys, generally, I know that we like strong women, but there are guys out there that want a weak woman, and they want them to do whatever they say and do whatever they want, and this is how they go about getting it.
And again, most of those guys are generally insecure.
I was just going to touch on that, and I think a lot of, in terms of acceptance, and also the person obviously handing out the physical abuse, comes from insecurities. A lot of it stems from that, especially in terms of what you're willing to kind of tolerate, because, like you say, you've just got no identification of self-worth. You understand what I mean? So that makes you kind of accept things because maybe you just don't feel that you're worth anything more than that. Yeah, go on.
I think a lot of it has to do with your upbringing as well, what you've seen. Maybe in relation to what your parents have put in front of you as a child.
That can have a massive contribution.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's what you're saying. It's learned behaviour. So if your dad abused your mum, then you're likely to abuse.
It's a possibility. I don't know statistics, but I would hazard a guess and say a lot of that is learned behaviour. As children, we don't know that it's alright to punch and beat somebody. Do you know what I mean? So it has to be a learned behaviour somewhere along the line.
I understand what you're saying in terms of learnt behaviour, but at a very, very, very early age, we know the difference between right and wrong. There's got to, I just want to know, you know, and I don't know whether this can actually be answered today or not, but where does that trigger come where it's like, okay, I know I'm doing wrong, but this feels right, so I'm going to continue with that?
I think
because it's allowed.
No,
but a lot of them, they might start something, and it's with a lot of things. If once you've pushed your boundaries, once you realise you can get away with that, many men will continue it, and then they go into the next relationship thinking that's normal, and they can continue with that with the next woman.
I think it goes a lot deeper than that, and I think it can be associated with anything: drinking, smoking. Like we know, if you drink, it isn't good for you. You know, if you smoke, it isn't bad for you, but people still smoke. So you can't, as much as it is simplistic to say what you just said there. I think that it's just an intrinsic thing that we kind of rationalise in our own heads because we want to do it. So it's about the person deep down.
So you're basically saying that person who is abusive is finding some way to justify within their head to make it okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Okay.
Let me just take it to the stream quickly. Patrice has said, communication is key in a relationship, and if that isn't there or breaks down, the couple need to work on this. Violence is never a solution. It only makes things worse on both sides. Poochie, shout out to Gucci, has said, good job, guys. Keep this up. We appreciate that. Thank you. Cherry said, some men want their women to be completely reliant on them, and that's why they break them down. That's interesting. And again, I think that's the thing in terms of insecurities. There are men who prey on that. And again, this, just to kind of put it out there, guys, this is us speculating on the faults of other people, because me knowing the guys here, we don't adopt this sort of behaviour, so we're putting it out there to kind of speak and just kind of speculate on.
Is this final thoughts?
Yeah, we need to kind of wrap this one up now, guys, because we've got another stream starting very, very shortly. So I'm going to get the final thoughts of each guy. Just something to wrap it up, guys, please.
As I said at the start, I'm going to say again, I don't condone hitting women at any level, under any circumstances. What I will say is that if there are any women out there that are going through this, there are services to support you. I know a few, so if you want to inbox, I'll give you those details.
That's really good. I appreciate that.
And I would echo what Nick is saying. If there are women out there that are experiencing these kind of things, they need to reach out to those people that are around them. If they're unable to contact ourselves because we don't know them, reach people that you do know. Don't suffer in silence.
I would say that goes for men and women as well. Karen.
Yeah, I echo what Dwayne and Nick has said. I would also say to the guys who are guilty of doing that, you need to go and get help. You need to go in and find the services which can allow you to express yourself in a way that doesn't mean dominance of somebody else. And also, you've got mothers. I hope you may have sisters, you may have aunties. Think about those people and whether your actions would be acceptable in their eyes.
It's like, just touching on that. I hate that. There are men out there that hit women, and I hate to say it, their mothers make excuses for the reasons why they do that. And I tell you, those women drive me absolutely crazy. Like, I just don't understand how a woman can excuse her son doing that to any woman. Like the guy said, just communication. Like, if anyone's going through that, just talk to someone. You might not go to the right person at first, but talking to someone can just, you know, get you on the right path to finally getting out of that situation.
Yeah, and just for myself, as we're wrapping up, I would just like to say, guys, girls, each person personally take responsibility of your own situations and get the advice that these guys are giving out. Be responsible for yourself, and ultimately, if you love your partner, you know, encourage them in that way as well if you possibly can. Guys, thank you very much for joining us on this today. One thing just before we go, we will be back in the next 5 to 10 minutes with the second topic.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Sorry, one more thing.
Sorry guys, to take time. As I knew that we were doing this topic, I kind of read up a little bit earlier on. 2 women every week die from domestic violence, and 30 men every year. I don't want anyone that you know or anyone that I know to be one of those numbers. So please, even if you know someone that's going through it, please try and help them or refer them to someone that has some kind of skills or knowledge, or, as I said, inbox us and ask us and we'll point you in the right direction. But honestly, it's a serious thing, and I don't want you to think it's something that we can brush over. That's it.
100%. And again, just as I'm wrapping up, guys, we're coming back in 5 minutes anyway, but I just want to shout out the people who have obviously supported us this week in terms of getting the group started, getting us followers. Big up everyone on there. A few names that I really do want to shout out. Sunnin, this is off the top of my head. Sunnin, Natalie Burton Allen, Selena Elaine, you know, all the guys out there. If I've forgotten anyone, there are hundreds more. Danielle has also really helped us in terms of sharing and encouraging followers. Thank you so much, guys. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you in 5 minutes, guys.
Who's got children? Lock into the next stream.
Yeah? The kid discussion. I was wondering where you're going with that.